Yes. Okay. One, two. Hi, Pohi.
Hello.
It's been a long time since we last talked with each other. How are you doing?
Hi, Anis. Yes, it's been quite a long time, huh?
You're doing fine?
Yeah, very good. You?
Okay, that's good. But before we begin, let me
Mm.
introduce my partner here.
Hi, my name's DURAR HUMAIRA. You can call me Dura.
Hi, Dura. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Before we begin, can we ask for your consent to record this video?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you. So, without further ado, the first question is, have you ever encountered any Malaysian slangs that you find difficult for you to understand and it made you feel left out in a group conversation?
Oh, of course. The slang I found confusing was cincai. Since I am from Singapore, in Singapore, the term cincai means whatever. However, according to my friend, she is a Malay native speaker. Cincai actually used to portray messy or any sloppy work or the outcome of something. At first, I did felt left out, but then I asked them about it, and they are very cool to explain it about. So I use the slang this most of the time these days.
I see. But I didn't even know that the word cincai actually means whatever. So I learned new things today.
Yeah, me too. So moving on to our next question, can you recall a specific event where you feel particularly challenged with a Malaysian slang term? And if you did, like how did you navigate the situation and what strategies did you use to try to understand them better?
There was this one time when I hung out with my friends, and they said the phrase "cuci mata" a lot. At first, I thought they meant it literally, like washing their eyes. But when I asked them, they explained to me that they really mean is to go window shopping. We laughed it off together afterwards, and they introduced me to more slangs so that I have a better understanding and won't feel left out anymore. Though their slangs are quite interesting, most of the slangs actually are quite confusing as well to me. It's like they say one thing but mean another. It took me some time to get used to it. I'm glad that my friends patiently explain it one by one to me.
That's good for you then.
That's good. You have a good friend. Alright, okay. Have you ever self-censoring when you first started mingling in Muslim friends group? Self-censoring is actually the act of censoring or classifying one's own discourse. Like, for example, in a group discussion about reporting on historical places, you would like to share an idea to suggest your group to go to a church that you know. However, you are afraid that your idea would somehow offend the group members given the differences in cultural background. So you keep quiet. So that is basically what self-censoring is.
I see. So, like when I first started hanging out with my group of multiracial friends, I find myself holding back sometimes since I don't want to say anything that might potentially offend anyone. So, yeah, I would convey an inappropriate meaning to my friends. But when I get to know them better, I grew more comfortable to really be myself. It just took me some time to, get used to what is okay to talk or what is not okay to talk about. So plus they are very cool with it, and they would like to learn more about my culture.
I see. So what do you and your friends usually talk about when you want to avoid any conflicts or miscommunication?
Well, mostly about like food, fashion, or K-pop. We
Ah,
avoid talking any anything about any religion or sensitive topics like politics.
You would avoid that kind of topic.
Yeah.
so when you mentioned self-censoring in Malaysian friend groups, can you elaborate like on more specific situations on topics that led you to like self-censor yourself?
Uh, I think when you crave something to eat like so bad. In my
Mm.
experience, one day I was craving for some steamboat after class. So usually I will have lunch with my Muslim friends. There is this one place I know that sells really delicious steamboat. However, the owner is not Muslim but a Chinese. Although the restaurant doesn't sell any pork or alcohol, I was very afraid that my suggestion to my friends would judge me and think that I am insensitive.
I see, I see. Understandable. Since that alcohol and a sensitive topic to Muslim. Alright, okay. Next question is related with the assimilation and separation strategies. Do you somehow familiar with these two strategies?
Not really.
Alright, okay, it's okay. I will explain them to you. So basically, assimilation strategy is the process of observing the traits of dominant culture to the point where the group that was assimilating becomes indistinguishable from the host culture. While separation strategy is when individuals reject the dominant or host culture in favor of preserving their culture of origin. So you get that.
Okay. Understood.
Okay. So the question is, how did you decide like when to use the assimilation strategies versus separation strategies, and what are the outcomes of these decisions that you made?
I would say that I use both, but assimilation most of the time. When it comes to little things like what to eat when we hang out, I could respect their culture and follow their choices since I noticed there are a lot of Malay food are from Chinese cultures as well. So for example, kway teow, right? That is assimilation. I would say that the outcome is positive and I enjoy their traditional culture like kueh siri muka. However, I won't call it making my own culture distinguishable. It's just that I look it as a way of learning their own culture, but I still love my own culture as well.
Ah, that's interesting. I love Kuisari Muka as well. It's one of my favorite Malay desserts. So before I like go on study dreaming about it, so let's proceed to our next question, which is, so have you ever encountered like racial slurs, and when you do, how do you handle it?
For myself, I never faced any racial slurs before. However, one of my Chinese friends recently traveled to the US, the United States, and a customer service representative at a grocery store jokingly asked her, "You eat chicken? Don't you eat bat?" When my friend was paying like her chicken, she was very offended, and I also think that the question was very, very disrespectful. Who in their right mind would be that insensitive and think that question could pass as a joke?
Oh my god, that is very, very disrespectful. I'm just sorry for her.
I know, right? But if I happen to face any racial slurs in the future, if it's not that serious, I would ignore it. But if it is, I wouldn't hesitate to confront them about it and educate them. How it's not okay to use certain terms or even make jokes similar to what my friend has faced.
That's good for you if standing up for yourself.
True.
So is there any other time, like for example, you share your ideas, but you got rejected by your friend group because of cultural differences? So like, how do you tackle that?
Yeah, there are times that where my ideas are rejected by my friends because of the cultural difference. It can be very frustrating at times, but I try not to take it personally. Instead, I will explain where I'm coming from and why I think my idea could work better. We discuss the pros and cons and then work which one we think is the better one. And it's about finding a balance and respecting each other's perspective.
I see. So in instances where your cultural background led to rejection of your ideas when your friend group, could you share more about the specific cultural differences that contributed to that rejection? Like how did you approach the situation and were you able to find common ground or a resolution despite the differences?
Well, the differences was about directness in our communication. In my culture, being straightforward and expressing my opinion openly is more valuable, while my friend's culture tends to prioritize diplomacy and avoiding any conflicts. My idea came across as too blunt for them initially. However, by understanding each other's communication style better, we found a way to reframe our idea together in a more diplomatic manner that everyone can agree on.
I see. I would agree on that one because even our friends here, they won't tell us if they dislike our ideas, but they will tell our other friends. So that's how we learn how they don't like our ideas.
Yeah, no, I understand
Mm.
what you mean. Yeah. Well, do you have anything else to ask?
No, I don't have.
All right. With that being our last question, our interview session has come to the end. Like, thank you very
Thank you
much
so much
having
for
us.
having us.
All right, you are so welcome. I'm glad I can give you an like help. Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
All
time.
right. Thank you. Bye.
Yes. Stop recording.
That's too.
That's
That's too.
good. Stop recording. Yay.